Good evening, and thank you for having me here. I'm always really honored to be on stage with you and in your country, so please forgive me if I will become a little bit shy. The Century of Light, a huge project because Davines wanted to strongly believe in color and wanted to become a color company. So when we started thinking about a new bleaching system, we started asking what the stylists need. But above all, we realized that 65% of the total population want to be blonde. But only 2% of the natural worldwide population is naturally blonde. So you can imagine the huge variety of service that we can offer to the stylist with a bleaching system. Everybody is looking for highlights, for giving movement to the color. But whenever we are talking about bleach, we are talking about creativity, enhancing the creativity of the stylist, of you. Because despite the fact that you can do highlights, none of your clients will have the same type of highlights. And when we are talking about bleach, we are talking about precision. You need to be clean and precise when you play with bleach. And it's also important to offer a service that is gentle and delicate on scalp and on the hair. Having this in mind, we thought about developing a system like the Century of Light. You know that we tried to try to do things in a different way. And even names of the line are totally different from the others. The names of our products are different from the others. The Century of Light is the age of the Enlightenment, a period in which science was brought from the backside of something up to the light. Words like tolerance, liberty, progress, freedom, for the first time just become popular. No more slaves or kings, but everybody at the same level. And for us, this moment in the life and the history of the human being was one of the strongest one, and was the reason why we decided to call our bleaching system the Century of Light. Some of you already saw me some other time, and for those of you that don't know me, I'm a chemist, a scientist. So I need to explain and tell you what there is behind the technology of the new system. This is the system. Start from that. And we have 3 products inside: liberty, tolerance, and progress. So the first product, the one in the center, is called the tolerance, and it's a lightening gel. It is ammonia-free and dermatologically tested. It means that we did a test with a dermatologist, a doctor, to demonstrate how safe and gentle is the use of this product on the scalp and on the hair. It's liquid, and it's 900 ml. This is how to use it. So you use 1 part of the oil plus 2 parts of the developer, 10, 20, and 30 volume on scalp, up to 3 levels of lifting. When you work on lengthened ends, you can use also 40 volume. Processing time is always 40 minutes. And now, what I was trying to anticipate before, it is important to understand the technology behind the products. So, hair is made of keratin. I was looking for this draw before, because inside the keratin we do have bonds that are able to keep the fiber healthy and shiny. If we don't work properly, or if we use strong chemical treatments, we destroy the bonds and we destroy the hair. Davines developed a specific pool of ingredients that is called Hair Protective Booster, that is able to protect and reinforce the bonds in order to avoid any kind of breakage. So this ingredient is allowing you to lift properly, keeping the integrity and the shine of the hair. You can see here, when you lift, you go from dark to light, but without the hair protective booster, the cuticles are open and the fiber is dull. It's not shiny. But it's clear the difference when you lift with the hair protective booster, because you reach the same level of lifting, but the shine of the fiber is totally different. There is another image that is definitely even stronger than this draw, and it's the following one. And we took pictures with the micro camera of a strand of hair bleached without the hair protective booster, and it's this one. You can see the cuticles, you can see the scales, you can see the fact that the fiber is not really healthy. But on the other side, you see the fiber treated with the air protective booster. It's much more compact, shiny, and healthy. We inserted the air protective booster in both Progress and Liberty. Progress is our multi-purpose bleaching powder. It's lilac, and it's designed for off-the-scalp application for any partial lightening using, for example, mesh flamboyage, whenever you wanted to offer a traditional lightening service to the client. But it can also mix Progress together with Tolerance, the oil, and go safely on the scalp. Progress is able to lift up to 9 levels, 9. And the mixing ratio is open. So as you can see, you can choose from 1 part of powder and a minimum of 1.5 of developer up to 2.5 of developer. So whatever is in between, choose according to your desire and texture. 40 minutes processing time. The other powder is called the Liberty, and as Madeleine was telling you before, it's a clay-based powder. It's enriched with the air protective booster, and it's for any kind of free-hand painting technique. Even in the case of Liberty, we decided to create an open mixing ratio, from 1:1 up to 1:3. In this case, you reach up to 8 level of lifting using any kind of developer, so from 5 to 40, up to 40 minutes processing time. When you mix a Tolerance and Progress together to go on the scalp, in this case, the mixing ratio is fixed. So it's 1 part of Progress, 1 part of Tolerance, and 2 parts of developer. In this case, 40 minutes processing time, but the lifting ability is slightly reduced to respect the air structure. You know, Davines is a sustainable company, so even the packaging that we use respect our approach to sustainability. And as you can see, we are using PE and PP that are really green-grade plastic. It is also important to consider that with the Century of Light, you can offer any kind of service to your client. So when you are working just with Tolerance, you can break the base in order to reduce the gap between the natural hair and the cosmetically colored, or you just create a light movement on length and ends. You can paint the hair of your clients, as Madeleine was doing before with Liberty, so freehand technique with no need of support. And you can also offer a really precise application using mesh or flamboyage in combination with Progress. The gentleness of the system will allow you also to play together with color, so color application on the root area, and in the same time highlight with the Century of Light. So 2 services in 1 processing time. And the last one, but for sure the most important, for the first time we can offer a safe on-scalp application. Hope you like it, and thank you so much.
Laura, it's your part. Don't forget.
With me, come. So we've got 4 models that Pedro and I have prepared backstage the last 2 days using the Century of Light bleaches. We've styled them and we've done the colour in the style of the Marge collection. So all cut by Pedro and then coloured by me with the help of the team backstage. Just a few examples of how the new bleaches can be used. So I'm sure you all have a lot of questions for Laura following the last presentation, and I'm sure Laura has a lot of questions for me regarding the models.
Can I start once?
Yes, please.
Did your life change in salon with the Century of Light?
Yes, Laura, thank you very much. I have to say thank you to begin with because yes, it definitely did. I personally was struggling a little bit before using the balayage techniques within the salon and at shows. So now using the Liberty with that clay inside there has given me a lot more freedom and a lot more ability to create the looks that I really want to.
And to be honest, it was tough to insert a clay in a bleach. Because as soon as you will start playing with the bleach, you will realize that the texture is definitely much more gummy than before. And this is the reason why you can paint the hair without dripping on the floor. And then on top, as soon as you layer the different sections, you don't stain.
So it makes it a lot quicker. Thank you. It makes it a lot quicker for me to work. Makes the results a lot happier, and it stops me having to fix any problems that I might have to do in the past. But also in regards to the progress, as you can see on my gorgeous model, Here, look at the results we can achieve with the Progress Bleach. So even on really dark Asian hair, like we have in Vietnam and like I experienced in the Philippines earlier in the year, we can get these really nice light results. And you can see all of my models here have got some sort of area of Progress Bleach on the hair and the scalp. And they're all completely happy. We've kept the integrity of the hair and we've also really protected the skin of the model. So I have a question about the Progress Bleach. So why is the Progress Bleach lilac?
To be honest, I was scared about the question, but this is the most easy one. We thought about you and the daily activity in salons. And we realized that when you rush on a Friday or a Saturday, you don't read the label. So we wanted to dye one bleach in order to avoid any kind of confusion. One is white and the other one is lilac. Doesn't matter if you remember the name. At least you will pick the right one.
So in regards to that as well, Laura, why have we now got an open mixing ratio?
Again, after working in the industry for 15 years, I realized that whenever a company is giving you guidelines, you will never follow them. Because everybody's right. So it's always better to protect you. So offering you the flexibility of an open mixing ratio, at least will reduce the variable possibilities you will do. And you will pick the correct mixing ratio according to your taste and according to the viscosity you want to have in the ball, with the same performance, the same lifting ability, and the same respect for the hair structure. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Laura. I have one more question regarding the Progress. Why have you decided to mix the tolerance with the Progress? What's the benefit? Pedro, his microphone's on that stage.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. So the reason why we decided to mix tolerance and Progress together is because when you work on the scalp, you touch the skin. Tolerance, being an oil, is able to protect the scalp during the bleaching service. So in a way, it's isolating the scalp and avoiding the bleach to go straight on the scalp and to damage the skin. Okay? And this is also just an assist for me, because you cannot mix tolerance with liberty.
I tried, it doesn't work.
Thank you.
You're
I knew you were
I
trying.
did, but one of my people in the salon did, and I told them off.
Because literally when you mix liberty and tolerance, you dilute the clay and the bleach will become too liquid and will go on the floor. And we do not need to bleach the floor. And can I tell you something? A sort of secret. Do you know that the hair protective booster is able also to protect the integrity of the color? So once you bleach and after you tone, and if you bleach before with the Century of Light, the toner will last longer.
Speaking from experience, I can wholeheartedly agree that definitely happens, so thank you.
Because we wanted also to guarantee the longevity of the service that you're offering to the stylists, not just the beauty on stage and done.
So I think my last thing to say, Laura, is thank you very much for this new system. I love working with it. I'm sure all you guys will too.
Thank you to you. Thank you. Thanks to you.
Thank you. So, ladies, if you'd like to come with me, I'm going to take you backstage. I'm going to leave you with my gorgeous boss Pedro, and I'll see you later on.
Lát nữa thôi thì các bạn sẽ gặp lại những cô người mẫu xinh đẹp của chúng ta.